the Dallas Cowboys, EA's golden child, if you will. No matter how many times their playoff runs end early and in disappointment, yet still always a high overall in Madden and always a team that does really well in Sim. Now, this team in real life has definitely had their struggles, starting off at 1-2. They haven't been completely destroyed in most of their games, the Saints, but they obviously have some glaring needs. That biggest need is both sides of the ball, really, the run game. Run game on offense has been as bad as expected, and then run defense is literally the worst in the league. It's been one of the worst in the league for a while now, and they just can't solve it no matter what they do. CeeDee Lamb's gotten off to a slow start, but obviously without help around him, it's going to be pretty tough. I would say you're going to get double, tripled almost every play, because why wouldn't you? No one else has really shown that ability. Dak, 35% of his throws against the Saints were into tight windows, so as much as, people like to crap on him and people say he's not that good and he's had a slow start, he is having to throw into tight windows because there's just no separation. Jake Ferguson, finally back. Looked decent, I suppose. Offensive line, Zach Martin. The age is starting to catch up with him for sure, but overall, it's the Cowboys. We expect their line to at least be pretty good, and obviously they're starting a bunch of youngsters, but Tyler Smith was another one of those long line of great Cowboys linemen that we've been seeing lately. But looking at the defensive side of the ball, like we talked about, that pass rush, that defensive line against the run, it's just not been a good run defense. Pass coverage hasn't been much better, but it has been better. Obviously, Micah Parsons is a goon. Obviously, DeMarcus Lawrence is a goon. Everyone else, though, has been a little spotty, a little inconsistent. Obviously, Kalen Carson looks to be, halfway decent, especially as a rookie. Diggs, he's still good at taking the ball away, but coverage is definitely, up and down. That risky player we all know about. And then obviously Eric Kendricks is going to just be that veteran presence. He's going to give you good linebacker play, but not elite like he used to be for the Vikings, which honestly for this team, which has struggled to get off-ball linebacker play since really like a healthy Leighton Vander Esch, which, how many times was he healthy, is a good fit, I suppose. But yeah, this team is obviously going to need a lot of help in that run defense department, in that rush offense. We need a new running back. Zeke is not going to last much longer here. We need a new right tackle. Probably need a new right guard because Zach Martin's on the older side. A new tight end because Jake Ferguson, was he like 26, 25 years old at 79 overall? It's usable, but we can definitely do better. We can get a better vertical threat guy, in my opinion. And then obviously we need a new wide receiver 2 or 3, unless we want to develop Jalen Tolbert, who, he hasn't really shown a lot. He's shown some glimpses, but not a lot. And then obviously on the defensive side of the ball, we need a new DT. We potentially need a new left end because DeMarcus Lawrence is already 32. We need a new linebacker or two. New safety because of their age. They just cut Wilson's head off. Okay, that's sweet. And then maybe a new corner. But one thing I will say is, do not crucify me if we fail this rebuild. Because I know the Cowboys are supposed to win, but Sim gets crazy. That's all I'm going to say. Also, this was supposed to be a Bengals rebuild, but for some reason, I can't access that franchise file with their whole debacle today where all the franchise leagues were seemingly deleted. All of them came back, and for some reason, that one, and I think one other league I have, it just can't get into. I'm assuming it'll be fixed, that league. I don't know if it's just taking a little longer, but if not, I guess I'll have to redo it. But if it does get fixed, it'll probably be on Saturday. And yeah, if you guys end up enjoying this video, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff, and obviously, as you're seeing here, rebuild stuff on the channel. And then maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays for non-Madden content. Big TCM update, which is the game I kind of upload on there now, so maybe check it out if you're interested. Regardless, let's become a dynasty. I know everyone loves the Cowboys. They want to see them have a dynasty here. Why not? All right, we knew problems would arise early. That's what happens when you rebuild these good teams. Oh my God, I didn't think it was going to be this bad, though. You got 2 really expensive players you can probably barely afford, but more importantly than that is the fact that they're old enough to where they could retire the next season. I don't think DeMarcus Lawrence will, though, so I'm going to try to give him a 1-year deal. God, he is just a delectable human. Weird wording. Zach Martin, there is a chance he retires. We're going to wait it out, though. Odigizua, I think we can do better. 79 overall, 26-year-old. You know what? I'm always curious because I always have the kind of ideas in my mind of, like, what is kind of an age I'm not really good with re-signing. A lot of it does have to do with how much money per year, in fairness. But would this be too old of a player for you guys to re-sign? Like, 79 overall, 26. I think if you're 26, the age range, overall range needs to be like 82 plus, in my opinion. Anything else, I feel like the ceiling is too far gone. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. I really genuinely am. And then Marquise Bell, the value is kind of immense. So whether he please stop. whether he starts or not, I kind of like that contract. We could start him next season over Donovan. Maybe even start him now over Donovan, especially since we've lost like 3 straight. And then maybe we got ourselves a starting linebacker even if it doesn't work out for free or safety. So, yeah, this is the re-sign list. And outside of Bell, I think we're letting everyone else go. Zeke, he's probably going to have a crazy season for us. Probably going to have superstar dev, but ultimately we are going to move on because he's going to be 30 and he's under 80. All right, I think we're in the playoffs no matter what, but if we won, we definitely would be in them. I think we had the Commanders. What's the Commanders Eagles last? I don't even know, but they were like 7 wins, I think. Here we go. Into the playoffs. Oh, did we have a bye? Oh, I was not surprised. I thought we actually missed at 11 wins. But no, apparently the conference was so bad that 11 wins is the bye week. The Eagles were also at 11 wins, but they drop all the way to the 5 seed because of our win of the division itself. Obviously, I mean, just clutch as hell. You know, winning that one game, wherever it may have been, right there, I suppose, would be one of them. Was so clutch, you know, home field advantage with the bye week all the way through versus 5 seed, which is a bit of a drop-off. CeeDee Lamb was pretty good. Dak was pretty good. And then, of course, you have Elliott. You know, it's just the scheme is crazy. Lamb was pretty good, like I said. Tolbert and Cooks, not bad at all. Ferguson, pretty good. I don't like to run this playbook much because, you know, these are the kind of things you get, although Parsons was pretty bad, I got to be honest. Maybe you just switch it to a proper 4-3. I don't want to change anything off of this Cowboys scheme, though. Aubrey was great. Anger was pretty good. But yeah, this is the kind of the numbers you're going to get on offense with this Cowboys roster, or scheme, I suppose. 8 for Dak on MVP, Josh Allen at number 1, MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, just going to let him have it all. Cooper Kupp, don't see that happening with some time missed. Christian Watson at 5, okay, some interesting name drops. Cowboys Lamb at 2, though. Zeke at 10. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence. So X Factor for a guy we just paid an extra year. He better stick around or else I'm swinging. As far as, QB, number 3, running back number 2, wide receiver number 3, O-line number 2, that could have been superstar. He doesn't really need it, but still would have been nice. D-line of the year is a nice win. No linebacker, DB, no, and then kicking number 1. So a couple of dev ups there, a couple of award wins in general, and a lot of it, to be fair, is mainly DeMarcus Lawrence, but still, award wins are award wins. I don't care how many are won by one player. And as far as what we're going to attack on them, I don't freaking know. I don't even know who the hell we're playing. Who are we playing? It doesn't even say. Secret weapon? I don't know. Tolbert? Probably Tolbert. Who will be a secret weapon for us in the playoffs? Tolbert. I mean, he's not even really secret. Oh, crap. Catching's good, though. Why not? It's only going to impact him for, like, now anyway. It's kind of like a morale boost. So it's not like we sold on getting other ratings up. You don't get to keep that. Divisional round, though. Let's take a look. Maybe it'll actually be the divisional team. The Eagles, maybe. And it'll be actually the Seahawks. Who are some of the other teams they're playing? The Seahawks and the Cowboys, obviously. The Packers and the Niners. Other side of the Chargers and the Texans with the Bills and the Ravens. So, not easy opponents if we were to win this. But it could have been worse. The one thing, about being the Cowboys is you are the evil, You are the dark side, if you will. So there's no Cowboys or Chiefs that are going to come up and get you. Anytime you're doing one of these rebuilds, NFC side, you're like, oh, please not the Cowboys. On the AFC side, oh, please not the Chiefs. But we get to be one of those teams today. Although it doesn't seem to be changing much as we are down 28-7 at halftime. We get a safety to start. Touchdown there. It's a 12-point game. Dallas is coming back. It's a 5-point game now. It's an 8-point game, which is a huge comeback. It's a tied game. Whether we win this or not, it's just insane, this playbook. These playbooks, even when you have this big of a downside, you find a way. And we win 38-34, a 28-7 halftime deficit, and this team won. That's crazy. Excuse me. I wanted to see the box score. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to rebuild every team, easy or not. I would hope that this isn't going to be a year 1 Super Bowl win. Obviously, we'll do at least 2 more seasons if that's the case. Also, Bland is back in. We got that return. The corners are goated. Also, where the hell is Bland? I don't want to change the line. I'm gonna go best. I don't see him. He played. He's at corner. Okay, why not? Screw it. I didn't need a 90 whatever overall corner anyways. Obviously, that was I didn't care. And you keep him, I guess. And it is the Packers. Okay, I mean, in theory, this is how you would have wanted it to play out. To play the lowest overalls of the playoff, opponents. I didn't really see, who the Seahawks may have beaten, in fairness. They might have beaten a team that was even lower, but, as far as my knowledge of the teams goes, that was the way to go. Let's see if we make the Super Bowl. Obviously, with a comeback like we had against Seattle last week, it seems almost inevitable, but we'll see. 10-0, 10-7, still 10-7. I can't believe how good this team is in sim, no matter their talent. Zeke putting up 18 touchdowns just because of the scheme. It's kind of ridiculous. This is why I don't touch this. Sometimes I go the Chiefs, but I still don't feel like the Chiefs playbook makes you that much better like the Cowboys does. Like, the Cowboys is number 1. Chiefs is probably number 2. Although I do think, teams like the Bengals and Packers, they actually do kind of give you a run for their money on the offensive side of the ball. But, yeah, just ridiculous numbers. And the Cowboys, year 1 in the Super Bowl. I'm going to take credit. I moved some players around, that they wouldn't have moved. If we win the Super Bowl here, it's obviously all me. And this is just a master class in rebuilding, really. But hey, it's a 1-2 team. Although by the end of tonight, they could be 2-2. At the same time, though, the Giants, I mean, they've got some weird stuff going on. I don't know what to tell you. Either way, let's go to the Super Bowl, see if we can win it all in the very first season. It'll be a 3-year rebuild. It's a little bit of a shorter rebuild then at that point. Maybe we'll do the whole 5 anyways. We'll see what happens. I mean, we could end up losing this game dramatically for all we know. The Bills have won a lot of Super Bowls lately. 87 overall for this team. What dev-ups do we see besides Zeke? It doesn't appear to be any, unfortunately, on the offensive side of the ball. But defensively, DeMarcus Lawrence goes to X Factor, which we love to see. And then I don't think any other player went up in dev, but maybe Nealand, unless he just didn't have the snaps. He just didn't have the snaps, damn. Usually when they're hidden still, by the end of the season, you're thinking, oh, it's because they got a dev up, and it kind of got that weird glitch where you re-hidden the player, if you will. But yeah, no other dev ups but DeMarcus Lawrence and Zeke. The DeMarcus Lawrence one is pretty big, though, in fairness. But yeah, would have loved to see some other ones. I still don't know where Bland is. Is it because of something to do with the injury report? So you can see that they're injured still, but I can't take them off. Oh, I can take them off. God damn it. Okay, well, forget what I said. Well, I suppose Sam Williams doesn't matter. I mean, if we did all this without Bland, I mean, do you really need him then? I'll remove these guys off the IR, but yeah, the big thing about this is we probably have to release some players then. Oh, can't do Nathan Thomas. But yeah, winning this without Bland when apparently he's going to return before the end of the season, I mean, this should be a walk in the park then. And it is. You have to do release 2 players, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, we've got a way better cornerback group now all of a sudden, although I think Bland was playing. It's just for some reason it wasn't technically off there, so I couldn't actually maneuver him the way I wanted to. I'm going to have to line up like that with Kalen Carson playing that slot role, I think. Got to release 2 players, though. We'll do that and head into the Super Bowl. I feel so bad. We're about to release 2 players. He's the long snapper. In real life, he may be the GOAT, whatever. But in Madden, I don't really care too much for a long snapper. Why doesn't it show me the actual dead hit? It just says, here are some players, my brother. 6'7", 80 speed. I mean, that's interesting, but that's about it. Let's go into the freaking Super Bowl against the Bills and see if we can win it. Once again, it'll put the rebuild in a weird spot, but I'm just going to play it how it lies. If we win a Super Bowl year 1, so be it. We'll work around that. Maybe we'll become the greatest team of all time, win 3 straight Super Bowls. Or maybe we lose this game and we don't actually win a single Super Bowl. We'll find out now in the next couple minutes. Get a stop and a touchdown. The Bills get a touchdown, though. We drive back with another touchdown. They drive for a touchdown. It's a close game, 14-all. Halftime score will give us a field goal lead, 17-14. The Bills driving down. They get nothing. It's a 10-point lead for the Cowboys. 3-point lead for us now. Touchdown, a 10-point lead. It's only 3 again. It's a game of 6 points. The Bills could score a touchdown and win it all. And wait, from the 2, it's 4th and goal. I got to come in here. I've literally never seen a team defend at the goal line this well before. I've just never seen this. To the outside, and he overthrows him. Let's see from the 2 if this team could get out of there and win the game. And the Cowboys in year 1 have won a Super Bowl. All right. I mean, once again, obviously, like we said, just the best at rebuilds. I mean, just a masterclass in rebuilding. All the moves we made in Season 1 to get this team here, really just unbelievable, right? I mean, we moved Tober like one spot. We moved Nealand into like the 3 spot for the backup role. We switched Damone Clark and Overshone. And then like right at the end of the season, crucial move, we removed an 82 overall for an 81. And obviously because of all those things, we won the Super Bowl. I mean, it's just tough. It's tough. I mean, you rebuild this good, this is what's going to happen. But obviously, we're going to do at least 2 more seasons, maybe 4 total. It kind of depends on how we're going. And if we don't sniff the playoffs again after this, then what's even the point? But at the same time, if we win 3 straight, that's unbeatable, in my opinion. So if the Chiefs, in real life do that, I've already said it. I think with the way Mahomes has played, some of the things he's done, even though he's off to a pretty slow start, I mean, you can already argue GOAT if he wins 3 straight, because I just don't see a team doing that. I don't even know if I see the Chiefs doing it. I mean, they can, but it's just so hard to win 3 straight that, like, that's unbeatable, right? It's, like, basically unbeatable. So we'll see if they can even do it. And we'll see, obviously, in this rebuild if we can do it. Obviously, a great year 1, and there's more to come. We're going to obviously have to upgrade the roster even more ourselves and really see how good of a team we can get here, see what kind of dynasty we can create. I want at least 2 Super Bowls out of 5 if we're doing 5. Or 3 straight, why not? And of course, I'll show you guys the win loss and all that, because obviously I could have easily just backed out a bunch of times or something like that, and yeah, there's that. Retirements, any retirements? Please don't be Zach. I know you just won a Super Bowl, but like, we can do it again. We can run it back, Zach. And of course, we can't run it back because he retires. Unfortunately, Dalvin Cook retires a Super Bowl champion. That's disappointing. That's just, what the hell was this again? Media availability press conference. I don't want to click this. It's going to be like, oh, do you think you're going to get a steal with the 32nd pick? No, I actually don't, believe it or not. We did scout wide receiver the most out of the players that we had. $44 million, a 15, you know what? 16.9 mil for a 5th-year option. Why not? Odigizua. Can we lowball? A 2-year 24. That's not even a lowball, to be honest. And yeah, he took it. I don't hate that, I guess. It's only a 2-year deal. Cooks was good. Can't do it. Zeke was good. Can't do it. And even though Kendrick is good, that's another huge regression point. This team is just dead, all right? It's old as hell. Brian Anger, you're not helping the case any, but you know what? He's a good punter. Bring him back. $29 million to spend in free agency. There's probably some future contracts we got to take care of, but if there's anyone there, maybe we splurge a little bit, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Mostly offensive linemen in the first free agent period anyways. Holland would be... Ooh, wait a minute. $11 million per year for a freaking goated safety, especially for a team that loves safeties. I think I got to go for him. I think I have no choice. Amari Cooper returning would be kind of crazy. That would be a pretty sick wide receiver duo. Do need a linebacker pretty badly, but I think the value of Holland is the reason why we're going for him. If we don't get him, though, maybe we move that money over to a linebacker. But yeah, that's going to be the big ticket item for right now, I think, is, of course, Holland. Is he going to go to the Commanders? Oh, come on. We just won a Super Bowl, and he chooses the Commanders for or the Rams for less money. Tell me why he would do that. Explain to me. God damn, this game. No one else, in my opinion, was worth spending that kind of money for. Actually, you know what? We could have won Warren. We could have, but meh. Anyone else? Like I said, linebacker. They're all kind of like on the older side, so if we do, it's not going to be that momentous. Running back, they're all kind of like too old to develop, in my opinion, so probably not going to go that route either. Hopkins, I mean, he's really good in real life. I could see in real life if he's a free agent, worth it, because the Cowboys just need a number 2, but in game, I don't think he's worth it, really. Yeah, I don't know. I might end up saving our money. Gonna have a go-to draft, because we have a lot of positions to replace, that's for sure. Bobby on a 1-year, 83 overall. Maybe Bobby, perhaps. But yeah, I think it was really just Holland I wanted the most. Here we are entering the draft, and yeah, it's pretty much confirmed that the draft classes are almost exactly the same if you choose that starting point. I've seen a couple of different ages and draft projections than the Bengals rebuild, like I said, that I started. But yeah, a lot of the players are similar, like this Polite guy. He's a 1-2, 6'6" guy. He was actually a 4th round projected in the Bengals rebuild that I started. I don't know if I'll get to finish or not. But yeah, some of the ages, some of the projections are a little different, but I think all the player names, and I don't know about their ratings, but I think maybe also their ratings are the exact same. As far as what we want, obviously wide receiver, and we see a really good guy in Paul Peters. He doesn't look the best, but he's fast enough. He's got that 1 to 2 talent grade. Obviously focus our scouting on wide receivers, and as far as like who's available, what's, the best case scenario, this is, I feel like the best. There's not really much more we can do here. So with that being said, I am going to move on to pick 32. They got the Browns at number 1, so they project the Browns to be the very worst team in the league. Maybe, possibly. Did just lose to the Giants after all. Wide receiver? Ooh, I really don't need DT that bad, to be honest, but a round 1 true talent. Not the most athletic guy, but super strong. That is tough. That is, like, really tough. I think if we didn't keep Odigizua, we would have done it, but you know what? We did. I'm going to trade down. I think I'm going to trade down like 10 spots. Peters looks good, but a 1 to 2 doesn't guarantee a whole lot. He could easily be a 73 overall normal with that, so not guaranteed. I'm going to try to get some value. We traded first round this year, a third round this year, and Sam Williams moved down to the Bears to 39 and 49. They obviously get that 5th-year option with whoever they're taking. Don't get to see who it is, but we now move on to pick 7 here in the second round. I was just trying to work my way up. It looked like we were going to have to give him a 4th-round pick. So I threw Sam Williams on there, see if I can maybe turn that into a 5th instead. And no, it was fine as is. Of course, looking around, we also have a running back, Ellington, 1 to 2, 22 years old. Not that fast, but, I trust the true talent quite a bit. And we could just go Whiteside. I mean, Zeke was able to do well without, needing to be that good. So we'll just hope that works for another guy. But yeah, I think Paul Peters is going to be the guy we go for just because, well, he's a 1 to 2 talent grade. Don't let me down, Peters. Don't let me down, Paul. 27, that's not bad. And he is hidden. That's a good pick. That is a good pick. This is a guy that, spoiler alert, I did not draft in that Bengals franchise, that rebuild I'm doing. So, don't be like, oh, he only knew because of this and that. It's like, well, no. I didn't actually know because of that. I just decided to make that play. And I kind of want the tight end, Hayden or Cooper. I don't want to spoil there, but I did end up drafting one of them in the Bengals rebuild, so I'm going to hope that the other one goes first, and then I can take the other one. I don't remember actually looking at that guy. I do know for a fact that one of those guys we did take. I know who it is. Don't want to spoil it just in case I can get away with not having to. That would have been crazy if the Bengals actually would have taken him there without having to spoil it. Ellington goes right there. Where even are we? Oh, it's 32 we have. Wait, wait. I think I just skipped our pick. I did. I was wondering why Ellington went. I was like slow, Sim. I was like, where is that damn player? And okay, Ellington went. In fairness, he was, and it's crazy that I actually made a mistake similar to that in that Bengals freaking rebuild. I don't know how the hell I keep doing this. But in fairness, I would have taken him potentially if he was there still. He had that good grade, so it is what it is. And of course, offensive line-wise, really weak this time, which is worse than the other offensive line group. The other line group was better, so I'm not really sure what's going on here, but some differences, a lot of similarities. And there goes the tight end that I did take. So I'm going to trade to the Texans. A little, Texas coordination here, even though it's not really how it works. Usually it's a bitter rivalry more than anything. 6th-round pick, though. It's not that far. Oh, my God, it's far enough, apparently. Take the other tight end. I mean, this really isn't even that big of a need. I kind of need O-line. We got running back and wide receiver. Linebacker. Oops, wrong thing. Well, though. Tight end was kind of on my list, so we'll make that trade. Grab Cooper, who looked pretty damn athletic, actually, and call it. Let's see what we get. Mr. Cooper, was he? Oh, no, he is there. Mr. Cooper, Travis Cooper, also 6'2". Can't remember if he was hidden or not. I did not even know this guy was this fast, by the way. I think, chose Hayden over Cooper last time. I don't know, maybe he wasn't as fast in the other one. Either way, true talent of 4. Normal dev. Okay, spoiler alert, the other guy was hidden. So we land ourselves in normal dev, but he is true talent 4, so worth it. I also think the other guy was true talent 5 in fairness, so proving once again my memory is shot. And I don't care if it's interdivisional, it's not that crazy of a trade. Jake Ferguson, who needs a contract upcoming. He's an 81 overall, but the other guy we just got is true talent 4. That's got to be in the 75-plus range. Trading Jake Ferguson, a 4th this year and a 5th next year to move up to 77 this year. Kind of a high trade to make for, an improving linebacker. This is not a guy I drafted in the other one either, I don't believe. No, I don't think I did. Peel, he's athletic. He's the best available. I'm taking Patrick Peel. 68. He is hitting. Okay, he is hitting. I think I might have taken the guy that went right before us last one. Hancock. I don't want to keep referencing a rebuild that might never exist or will exist. Either way, it's a lose-lose. It's either I'm referencing something you'll never see or I'm spoiling something you'll see. So I'm not going to mention anything else. To be fair, I don't really remember anything else. Anyways, I just remember these guys specifically. Any value? Butler 6'5". I didn't take this guy either. I'm going to take him. Looks great, actually. He is 108. Oh, he's hidden. Okay. I can live with that. Obviously. He looks pretty good. He's decently fast for a tall dude, and he's hidden dev. Yeah, took completely different players, so it is what it is. No O-line, but honestly not my fault. The O-line was literally all gone by the 10th pick in the second round. Ellington. I'm going to go straight to him because this is a guy we didn't actually... Oh, my God. Well, he's a starter either way. No matter what, he is the starter. I got no choice. Put him at something... I don't know, reasonable, 31. Man, I'm not a huge fan. Either way, Paul Peters, I don't even know if he's wide receiver 2 anymore because Butler came around. But let's put him at something a little bit cooler of a number. 82's kind of good but not great wide receiver number. 89, I guess, whatever. Dev star, didn't expect much more than that. Unfortunately, the tight end, Cooper, was normal dev, but obviously starter. That's why we traded, Jake Ferguson off. Unbelievable speed. Just normal dev, obviously. But yeah, huge potential. 77 overall is great. Patrick Peel, this star plus middle linebacker. No real man coverage, but every other rating is actually pretty damn good for a rookie. Let's see if we get luckier than star. Oh, we got way luckier than star. You know what? I don't know if this is a subconscious thing or not, but I actually now do remember this name. Not from the draft itself, but I think 2 years down the line, we played against a team early in the playoffs, a wild card round, that had the name Peel, and he was an X Factor. I didn't know he was an X Factor from the get-go, but apparently he was. That's a dub, though. We'll take him. We'll obviously take him. That's not bad. Of course, I could just have not mentioned any of this and be like, oh, yeah, wow, we're really good at drafting, and just use whatever knowledge I had of the draft class, but I'm being honest. As much as I can be, because honestly, I forgot a lot of the players. There's some of them I remember because they were good that I either took or was going to take, but Peel was not one of them. He was not on my list. Was there someone else? I think there was a really sick corner in this as well. There he is, yeah. McKee. This was a guy I was like, I'm not going to check him. He's clearly generational. Oh, no, that was the tight end I said. This guy, Byron. Where the hell is he? Pick 13. Yeah, some players are different because Byron was way faster than that, I'm pretty sure, in the other one. The other Byron was also an X Factor. Let's see if this one is. Okay, he is, in fairness, but I'm pretty sure he was 82 to 85 speed. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe their players are different with different devs, and it's just a lot of them are same. I don't know. Was this a guy we were going to go with? Wait, I thought Rhodes was 22. Bro, I'm done. I don't know. I'm done. Things are blending together. I can't remember what's reality anymore. All right, here we are for year 2, and I'm going to be honest. It's not really our fault, right? Because we kind of ran out of money. Zach Martin retired. It's not really all of our control. If I could have kept Zach Martin and had the money for it, I would have done it. But it really does feel like we made a better team. It really does feel like we made a worse team. Now, down the line, this might be a better team. I'm going to put Butler at 3, even though he's 6'5". Why not? We're going to make things different. I think Peters deserves to be the number 2, especially where he was drafted. But down the line, this might be better, but right now, it's not as good. It's just not as good of a team, but we're hoping the playbooks can carry, which if they can, then maybe we've got a chance to turn this into a pretty good team. Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, it's happening. Yep. Bend over. The accountants they're lubing up. It's time. It is time. Aubrey's a superstar. I don't want to lose him. Okay. Dak being paid as much as he is in real life is not working out for me. But you know what? Micah Parsons is the GOAT. There we go. Not really the GOAT, but he's freaking amazing, obviously. Jerome Payne, 26 years old. Obviously, keep him around. Keep as much great talent as possible. 32 mil. Lawrence, if we can get him on a 22, I'd probably try. And then the rest you can kind of live without. Kicker, I'm going to take a look to see how good Aubrey's playing, because obviously the Cowboys kind of been struggling for kicker, and they finally seemingly have that guy. And man, I got to say, he's having a killer year again. I got to go for him. Where did this come from? Hello? Did I? Oh, maybe I scrolled over the... They can't be that. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was all, like, guarantees. Really? 12 million guaranteed over 2 at 30 years. Yeah, I guess I could see that. If I was him, I'd be wanting a 4-year deal for sure. Similar kind of end to last year. Can we win the game and then, get that bye week again? I don't think 11-6 is going to be good enough for the bye week again, but we'll see. There's no way we don't make the playoffs at least, right? There we go. So we do win. Unfortunately, this time, it's not only not good enough for the bye week, but also not good enough for the division. The Eagles were like, nah, we need to win one more. Last year, we seen what happened. 12-5 was the best, which, that's pretty damn close. Peters, let him cook. Let's take a look at these season stats. Obviously, I don't really see why it would make any sense that I would force lose us here. If anything, I have, well, I guess we're not really looking for force lose, but force win, if you will. But, yeah, I mean, we did well. We made the Super Bowl. We didn't really, we don't need any help. The team is just good. Ellington, had a kind of the season I would have expected him to. Cooper was decent. Lamb, lackluster considering who he is. And then Peters, really good year. Superstar minimum, maybe straight to X Factor with, season stats mixed in with award wins. Could be multiple. Doesn't have to just be Rookie of the Year. It could be Best Wide Receiver as well. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, Peel with a bunch of tackles, sacks, 13.5 for Lawrence. Better for Parsons at 12. Odighizuwa at 8. That's actually pretty good. And then, I mean, where is Mozzie Smith? Like, did he not play this season? 0 sacks? I know that's not really technically his game, but still, Deron Bland playing the full season, had 5 interceptions. That's the kind of season I wanted to see. And Aubrey, we paid him a 2-year 13. He's worth every penny. This is the first time I've seen in a long time, even using Justin Tucker in game, that a good kicker has actually felt like one. Mahomes wins MVP. Any award wins from us besides, Peters. Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. A little surprised by that, actually. And then Peel, Rookie of the Year. Okay, he doesn't need it. He's an X-Factor, but that should be a lot of XP. Best QB at number 3. Best running back at number 9. Surprised to make the list. Wide receiver at 2. O-line. Oh, Tyler Smith wins it. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. We get ourselves a nice little dev up for Tyler Smith. Lawrence, he's number 2. And Odighizuwa at 8. Micah at 1, DB at 3, kicker at 1. So, I mean, pretty damn good year. A lot of award wins. Unfortunately, no bye week, though. No home game even here, as we're going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. First things first, see this DC. Maybe he's going to give us like a +5 to block shed, zone coverage, that kind of stuff. Let's see what we got. Hope we don't go to the press conference. I don't want to see this. It was instead this team meeting stuff. They want us to choose what we want. Do we want better power moves, finesse moves, or blocks? I mean, this team, we talked about it. Run defense is a problem. So get off the blocks quicker. Stop that run game. Which, if Aaron Jones is still here, might be pretty prominent. Obviously, pass, throwing the ball is going to be strong for Minnesota always. But our weakness really is that run defense. All right, going to the end of the game, Minnesota 3-0. I mean, that's in game at least. The Vikings kind of strike me as a 24-point max type of team. So I feel like if we can get into 30 points, we probably win. As you can see here, they're halfway to that point. It's already the fourth quarter. I mean, I said it. I said what I said. Are we not going to go for this? There's no way we're kicking a 59-yard field goal. Like, I get it. Aubrey is pretty good. But why would you do that? Find a way to get this singular yard. 1 yard. It's 1 yard. Can't wait for the offense to just struggle anyway. 1 yard. If it was a 48, yard field goal, sure. 59 when you need 1 yard, that's crazy. Like, that's genuinely crazy to me. As the team is driving, they're not going to get it. I agree with the field goal there. You're struggling. Oh, at the goal line. I don't know who took the ball away. Wow, we really just gave that up immediately. It's like we kicked the field goal on first down. Oh, we're going to lose this game. Oh, wait, no. Yes, it is. I don't know why I thought it was them. Yeah, look where they're at. The 40-yard line with... Yeah, there's going to be no repeat here. We look like ass. And ironically enough, I was dead ass right. Their max was 23 points pre-overtime. 24 points would have won us the game. I said their max is 24. I was wrong, but technically that's all we needed was 24. Disappointing. That second half, that fourth quarter alone was awful. J.J. McCarthy threw 2 picks, and we just looked like ass anyways. I'm not really sure what happened in that fourth quarter. I really want to see what even happened after we got that pick. I swear, it's like we kicked the field goal on first down. Like, am I wrong? Like, where's the field goal? So they must have had timeouts. We ran 4-3, lost 3 on 3rd and 2. I get why you would continue running. Yeah, we just lost. I mean, fair enough. I would agree with that. You know, you run the ball on first down, it's a 4-yarder. Run it again. It worked. You know, it's 3rd and 2 now. After 2 runs, then you lose 3. That just happens, you know. So it's not like it was a bad decision. That's what I thought it was going to be. It wasn't. We just suck. It's a weird spot because you win the Super Bowl year 1, then you can't even get past the wild card round in year 2. I feel like year 3 definitely kind of decides it for us. It's like, if we don't make the playoffs, I think you got to keep continuing. If you don't do well in the playoffs, I think you have to keep continuing. But if you win a Super Bowl, it's like, okay, I think that's a good point. Of course, no running back, a dev up, no QB dev up. Peters went up in dev, but only, 1 to superstar. I thought he would have went to X Factor, perhaps. Didn't. Thought the tight end might have made it to star. Didn't. It's pretty disappointing stuff here, obviously. We need to improve that O-line as well. Defensively, Peel was drafted as an X Factor. Lawrence regressed, but not that hard. Odigizua didn't really progress. 5 picks for Bland wasn't enough for a dev up. That's pain. We'll have to kind of see what kind of money we have and what kind of contract Dexter wants. I was going to say $19 million is, it's a low number. It's not that great. You can almost barely afford Lawrence, it seems. And then the future is, a little shady, a little questionable at that point. All right, moment of truth. $37 million. Wait. Who said that Dexter Lawrence could ask for more money than before? Okay, 1 year, 29. We have $7.8 million left, but that's fine. We lose Clark. I was going to let him go anyways. 26 years old, 78 overall, needing $10 million per year is a lot. Mazzie Smith, we're probably going to replace in the future anyways, but 5th-year option, wouldn't have paid him even if I had the money. Would technically do have the money because you don't have to pay it right now regardless, but yeah, that's where I sit on that. And if you fullback wants to play on a non-guaranteed contract because fullback is kind of a dying breed, we've made it work, I think. Although we're kind of entering the draft with $6.7 million, which I do think the rookie reserves are already, factored in, but as far as after post-draft, signings goes, we're going to be a little thin. I will also say I don't like the fact that they paid Terrence Steele so much. That's also not helping anyone's case. Odigizua will be gone. Malik Hooker will be gone. Hooker also regress hard. Yeah, the problem is, yes, we can keep the team intact. We can play another season, but we've got a lot of quote-unquote starters that have regressed and are making a lot of money, and we can't do anything about it. So we'll see if there's anyone we can get rid of, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. Most of these contracts seem pretty solid. I guess Hooker, maybe we can get rid of Hooker, and that's really it. Hooker and a couple of guys that are going to save us $1 million, but nothing great. A couple of guys are going to save us $1 million, but it'll cost at least $1 million to replace. So maybe Hooker. Can't spend any money in free agency. Obviously, we're broke as hell, but depending on what we do in the draft, might be able to move him around or something like that. Of course, Isaiah Pacheco's a free agent. Oh, of course. I'll be real with you. As much as I like Dexter Lawrence, I probably would have let him go if I knew Pacheco was here, but obviously I can't take a chance because Lawrence has been pretty good for us. And there's just we've already been over it. There's just no way I can get Pacheco, right? I guess I could get rid of Steele and I can get rid of Hooker, but that's even then, we're back down to no money, and I don't even want to lose Hooker. I wish there was a way for me to test what the offers were, because if they were 5-star, I just wouldn't even try. Not 5-star, but you know what I mean. 5 bar, I wouldn't even try to go for him. But yeah, we don't have that. I guess I can test it actually, as long as I offer some money. All right, what do we got? Oh, and they're lowballing him. He's literally a guarantee. He's literally a guarantee to join the team if we had the money. That sucks. And he's been good. You know what? I'm going to find a way. I think I have to. I think running back is so hard to find. He's proven to be a good running back, and we can roll with him with this offensive line, this scheme, and really put up numbers. We're going to take that penalty with Steele, which doesn't do us a whole lot long-term, but for right now, it's pretty good. And then I think I kind of want to keep Hooker if possible. Can I restructure anyone? Maybe Lamb? How is that going to work? What is it going to say? We'll free up... Oh, yeah, I'm down. Because Dak is probably going to retire before his contract's even up. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. We probably screwed ourselves in the future, but I want Pacheco. I really don't care. I really don't. I'm just going to make it happen. I want Isaiah Pacheco. I want an actual good running back for once. I probably don't even need to offer that much, but I'm guaranteeing he joins us because that is big time. And cornerback we already solved, so we don't need Newsome. Kelsey will be okay. Bandage, we don't really need him right now. Wide receiver's perfectly fine. Could use linebacker, but I prefer to hold this money because we're going to need that difference, I think, in the future. We talked about how, we just kind of screwed ourselves a little bit with that restructure, but, as much as I say that, getting a running back of that caliber, I think, is going to be massive. And if nobody wants Clark, I will offer him a massive low ball. Maybe not massive, but a 4-year 20 is really low, $5 million per year. But if he's willing to take it, I'm down, obviously. So we'll see what happens there. Pacheco, yay! We like Pacheco. Did we get Clark? Clark has an offer from Seattle, so we'll have about $18 million left for free agents and whatnot. I'm trying to save that money for when the contracts explode. But Pacheco, Ellington just didn't show me anything. We shouldn't even have had Ellington, to be very auto drafted him in a way. But Isaiah Pacheco's a Dallas Cowboy. They've basically got their Tony Pollard back. We need O-line pretty badly, but outside of that, I think we can live with it. Where's BB? Oh, we got him at right guard, apparently. It's pretty good there, to be fair. I might even move him there. That's kind of what they wanted him to be, no? They wanted him to be a guard, I thought. Maybe not. Center, tackle, edge, but I don't think we're going to be able to fill that. DT, but I don't think we're going to fill that. That's obviously future-proofing anyways. Linebacker, obviously. Peel is great. Multiple linebackers, actually. This is a weird team. I want to just make this a freaking 4-3 and call it a day, to be honest. I really do, because it's just such a weird scheme in Sim. It's really hard to work out. Safety for sure. So, yeah, we've got a lot of weaknesses, but we are an offensive powerhouse. So just fill up some offensive linemen and be happy. All right, here we are in the draft, pick 24. I don't really know if there's a position that I'm like, I have to take this now. Maybe safety. I think safety might be up there. Do you really draft a safety in the first round after getting taken out in the first round of the playoffs? Oh, Coleman's here too, though. I didn't get to scout him further. I thought I put him on my list of scouting, but apparently I didn't. Didn't get to scout him further. But man, that is a tough player to pass on. You got yourself what seems to be one of those super athletic edge rushers. You might even be landing yourself another Micah Parsons. You really could be. So maybe not as fast, but that would be pretty goated for, knowing for a fact we have to replace Lawrence next year. I think I'm future-proofing at a position. Well, in general, I'm future-proofing something that might not matter to us. Because, like I said, we might end up only doing this 1 year more. But I think the value is too good not to. Am I wrong here? You know what? Because we might not be doing another year, I am going to try to make the team as good as possible right now. And I think that is going to be taking one of the safeties. You got a bunch of different options here. Bradham, we know for a fact, is a 1-2, which is going to give him a leg up here, but at the same time, he's also a C. Got a bunch of... You know what? I'm going to trade to like 5 in the second round. Safeties, for whatever reason, just don't get value. They're going to all be there. They're maybe not all, but a lot of them are going to be there, and I think that's all that matters. We're going to be trading down. I need more picks. I just do. All right, this might have been, not enough. We get 42 and 74 back off of 24. We could have probably gotten like a late 4th, early 5th back, which is, whatever. Not really too pushed. And as much as I do want safety, I'm also not willing to trade up for one. So there's that. I don't see any safeties. I think we're dead right, unless they all went in the end of the first round, which I'm still seeing as not the case. Yeah, I don't even think a single one went. So, realistic, we've been seeing these guys go early 3rd, late 2nd. Can maybe even trade down and get, which would be crazy, but we might be able to. I really don't want to make this trade with the Vikings because I want it to be this year, but at the same time, I want best available pick. Is there any way... The Dolphins... I guess I'll take the Colts. I don't know what they're going to be like in the future. I'm going to take the Colts trade. And if we have to, we'll trade up for a safety. Will they trade for Calvin Strong? I think he was a pretty damn good-looking corner. A lot of corners going, which is fine. As much as, we could move those guys to safety. I'm okay as long as, we got a couple safeties actually there, speaking of safety. And so far, looking so good. These guys are still sitting here. Looking pretty damn good. Could have future-proof DT. I think Jameson was actually one of my guys. And you can see none of the safety. I almost went safety at 24. I almost did that. I'm going to look at all the safeties now. I think this is probably as far as I'm willing to trade back. I think we got good value back, but more importantly, they're going to start going soon, right? And I want to make sure we land someone decent. A B-man coverage, C-zone. We're probably going to base this thing all off of speed. And honestly, as I look at these names more, I genuinely think that even this class is a repeat. So, do you just always... Oh, we have another pick coming up as well. We might actually be able to get luxury and, like, take a different position. But do you just always get the same draft picks if you just start at that point? That seems a little crazy, you know? Do we just take 2 safeties? Let's start with Bradham. We need multiple safeties anyways. We're going to start with Bradham. True talent 40. And Nev, that's a great start. That's a great start. But yeah, these names feel familiar. I can't remember if Crocker was really good or if he was normal dev, though. That's the problem. You know, the names stick with me in my head, but is it because I saw him go early and he was normal? Is that the reason why that he's in my head? I don't know. I can't remember. I mean, I'm going to probably just go with whoever's best. You got... Wait, Diggs is goated. What the hell is this? Jermaine Diggs. He's not that fast in 40 time, but his left side looks... I mean, I'm going to take Jermaine Diggs. He looks like the best out of everyone. And yeah, he is. Well, I mean, in theory, hidden dev, 24 true talent. All right, pick 10. Let's go to pick 10, grab a lineman. George Olsen. Please be hidden. 35. Normal dev. That sucks. Don't get me wrong, I know this feels like a weird trade, but based on trade value, this actually did cost us that 6th-round pick. So in-game, we're getting equal value. We ended up trading a 3rd this year, a 6th this year, a 3rd and a 4th next year to move up 6 spots, and then into the late 3rd with the Eagles. Of course, they're getting a really good trade haul there, so I mean, the interdivisional stuff, it's almost off the window in general to me because of some of the trades we've seen, but with this one, it definitely is. Chandler Keller is going to be my guy, linebacker, true talent 32, 10 dev. There you go. And then I think with this next pick, the reason why I traded up is because there's a solid-looking center who is a day 3, which could, of course, be high 4th-round pick. The reason why I traded up is I was like, I'm going to trade up in the early 4th anyways, so might as well just get it now, do it all in one go. George Matthews, that name sounds so familiar, too. Let's see why it's familiar. I don't know. I don't know. That he's hidden dev, that's great, but, I mean, I don't know if that's actually... And you know what? I'm going to get greedy. I'm going to take the other guy, too. 23 years old, but he's a round 1. You know, he's a round 1 to 2. Why wouldn't I take him? Let's fill up on offensive linemen, especially since we took a normal dev. Why wouldn't I? We didn't even really cost us much next year if we get this trade. We lost a 4th next year and a 6th next year. And, I mean, it seems like we're probably going to have to throw this 5th in there as well. But you get it. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, especially if you think this guy's hidden, which I don't know if he is, but he seems like a bona fide steal to me. That's the way I look at it. What else do we have? DTs... I mean, we could use DT, but that's kind of a future-proof thing as well. Linebacker, Evans. Cameron Evans. Do we need linebacker? Because I can obviously live with who we have at offensive line. You know what? How fast is Evans? I'm going to take Evans. I think we need another linebacker. 108. He's hidden. Okay, that looked a little... I was like, oh, okay, I sold. 108. But no, he's hidden, Dev. That's a good draft. It really is. And looking at the overalls, not bad. 74, 75, 74, 74, 75, 71. I think you start both safeties. I really do. I don't know who's shorter. I think it's Diggs. So let's take a look at him first. He's 6 foot tall, actually. Let's take a look at the other guy now. He looks really good, in fairness. Let's take a look at the other guy. I thought Diggs was short. I think it's just Quandre's name throwing me in there. It's Bradford. Okay, Bradford is the free safety. And then we'll just start Diggs at strong safety, and we'll have brand new safeties. So we could actually get rid of Malik if we wanted to. Start dev for Bradford. I kind of want to look at Crocker now. If he's normal dev, then yeah, I mean, I don't remember a damn thing about anything. Jermaine Diggs, hidden dev, looks pretty good. Landed some really good hiddens in this one, I gotta admit. I mean, they could all be star dev, but I don't care. I'm happy with them. Brand new safety duo. Yeah, it feels a little weird to, like, not do another season after this, but at the same time, I think you're restarting, you know, because Dak is old. And then I don't even know where we want to start. I think everyone's starting where they won't need to start, right? I want to take a look at that edge rusher, though, and then that's pretty much it. I don't really care too much about anything else. Where would he have went? This was definitely him. 75 overall, 84 speed. Hidden dev. Okay, so he would have been a good pick. 80 finesse, pretty damn athletic. Yeah, that might be a pick we end up regretting, but we did get the trade down. We got a bunch of extra players because of it. What's the dev? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, we definitely fumbled that one. Oh, that would have been a perfect... I literally basically kind of said it. I kind of like, I wouldn't say foreshadowed it, but I spoke it into existence almost. Talked about we might be getting another Micah Parsons. Obviously not with that speed difference, but the fact that he is actually an X factor right out the gate basically kind of makes him that. For Madden terms, at least, that does suck. I like who we got, but yeah, I definitely, if I could go back in time, probably would, maybe make that play. But offers we're getting for Overshown, not worth it. So year 3, I'm a little disappointed, but hey, if we win a Super Bowl here, it's not going to matter because rebuild's over anyways. All right, here we are for Season 3. It's a weird spot. I kind of wish we didn't win the Super Bowl year 1 because, this is a situation where after this year is up, if you don't win it this year, I don't know if you can win it again. Because you're losing Dak more than likely, and if you're not losing him, he's going to be so regressed. And then, of course, Dexter Lawrence, it's almost guaranteed he's going to retire on us. And money's becoming a problem. So I don't think we've done the best we physically could, but outside of, finding a way to get a young DT to replace Mozzie Smith, there's not much we could have done with the picks we had. I think we did add a lot of really good talents. We have 2 brand new young safeties. The wide receiver and tight end are pretty cool. And then, of course, you have Pacheco at running back. So, this is still probably going to be a team that makes the playoffs for sure. And then because of Pacheco, is it enough? Is it enough to get us back into the Super Bowl? Look, Kalen Carson, star dev. Why not? All right, $69 million. Do not want to lose Tyler Smith. Mozzie, I think you can replace. Odigizua, I think you have to replace. And then Lawrence, I think, is just going to retire. Maybe you don't have to replace as much as I thought just yet. I think we can get away with it. We also found this freaking goated punter, so I probably will try to re-sign him. Obviously, Tyler, I got to keep, right? I have no choice. The guy is just so good for that dev and that overall. And, honestly, as a guard, it's, 20-some million per. He's probably looking at 30 million per if you compare his overall and dev to, his competitors in the league. But that was not an offer. He did not accept it. Sweet. Sliver of a chance at the bye week. If we win this game, and I think it's the Saints, if they lose, I think we get the bye week. Are we going to, though? That's the question. And we win, but we do not get the bye week as the Saints, wow, they still hold on at 12-5. Still a great year, though. 12-5 for us. We love to see it. CeeDee Lamb, number 2. I think Dak was really close. I think he was in the top 5 or top 3 and then dropped down to the top 5. So fair enough. As you can see here, so win-loss situations going on, but obviously won way more than we lost and made our way into the playoffs with an actual home game again, home run. Dak, really good numbers for a guy that's, regressing into retirement soon. Pacheco, worse than I would have thought. You look at Zeke's numbers, those are basically Zeke's numbers, but less touchdowns. And Pacheco's way better than Zeke in game. And, real life at this point is obviously as well. CeeDee Lamb did steal a lot of touchdowns, though, so maybe that's where it went. Wow. What a year. In fairness, Cooper, a lot of yards, maybe enough for a dev up. O-line was great. Peel with 136 tackles, sacks, only 11.5 and 11 it's really low. Don't know if we need to move to an actual 4-3. I don't know why my voice also got really low. Aubrey missed, I think 2 kicks out of 3 seasons now. He's been unbelievable. Fenderson, the rookie, 54 yards per punt. Couldn't get him re-signed, though. He's like, I'm going to free agency. I don't care what you say. Dak, number 3 for MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, CeeDee Lamb at number 2, Dak at number 6. Defensive Player of the Year, Parsons at number 3. Best Offensive Rookie, not our guy. Defensive Rookie, number 5 and 7. Looking at Best QB, number 1 for Dak. Running Backs, number 4. Wide Receiver, number... I got to see this from St. Brown season. If Lamb was number 2, oh my. He must have went absolutely crazy. Diggs got Player of the Year. We got a lot of award wins. I got to see this. There's no way, right? Damn, 1,682 yards, 24 touchdowns. Unbelievable. But here it is. Didn't get a bye week, but as far as, round 1 teams go, this is a pretty low overall team, 84 overall. I feel good. But at the same time, didn't the Rams just win a Super Bowl? They at least got to one, I believe, in this rebuild. Going to the end of the game, 7-0, not a bad start. We get a stop, no score, though. Another stop, we get 3. Defense is doing decently, but they finally break free with a touchdown. It's a 6-point game. Halftime score of 13-7. Offense really not doing its job. There we go. It's starting to heat up a little bit. 22-14. The game's still not over. Defense gets a stop. Now the game is over. The offense really didn't do a whole lot, but the defense absolutely carried. And with that, we will be moving on to the divisional round. Nice to see us back in the win column in the playoffs. Although I will say it took us playing a rookie quarterback who threw 4 picks to technically barely win. But sure, why not? Pacheco, great yards per carry, just didn't run the ball too much with him. And overall, a win is a win. Just hope we don't play against a team that's way better than this. Aubrey got a kick block, but yeah, the guy's been great. To the divisional, there's a lot of different really good teams that we could line up against. The Packers are kind of that team. They're really, their playbooks are pretty damn good. They are 85 overall, but they're also a really high win-loss. Let's see if we can get to that championship round. Going to the end of the game. It is us right to left again. The Cowboys and the Packers, they're keeping it a little closer than the last game. 10-all. Right before half, we get a field goal. Right at the start of the second half, we get a touchdown. And just like that, the Packers are leading by 4. 4th and goal from the 1. You're going for this, right? Okay, I'm going to leave it to him. This is a huge play in the game. Win or lose. Nice. Touchdown has gotten up 3. We get the stop. A touchdown could win it. Touchdown could win it. It's a pretty good drive. What a drive. Up 10. A lot of clock wasted. The Packers are still not done. They kick a field goal to keep it entertaining. And on 3rd and 10, a huge 29-yarder to CeeDee Lamb might seal it. And it will. Up 10. We're headed to the championship round, beating the Packers 37-27. Clutched up. I like it. Wow. Love was held to under 100 yards. Dak Prescott, 4 times the yards. Touchdowns weren't that high, but obviously Pacheco still 3 touchdowns, so fair enough. Wow, I can't believe we locked Love down to under 100 yards. That's crazy. But hey, to the championship round, we'll take it. Could actually be exactly how we kind of projected. I guess to be fair, I kind of was hoping for this 3 straight, but hey, just getting this 2 out of 3 is great, if possible. Championship round, let's see it. Is it going to be against the Saints? Ooh, okay, I don't like that. They're the number 1 seed, so you know, obviously they kind of deserve to be here. Who do they play in the next round? Saints versus the Eagles by 2. Okay, that's a little more confident building. Of course, on the other side, the Steelers and the Jaguars. Not saying that's a walk in the park, but if we win this game, I feel really good about winning another Super Bowl here. Let's see it. We have a higher overall than by 6. Kind of been the trend so far in the playoffs. Here we go. End of the game. Saints start the scoring off by 3. Right to left has been the game winner for us every single time. So the fact that we're on left to right now, it worries me. It could just be coincidence. There we go. Really good bounce back to take the lead. Now it's up by 8. 5-point game. Huge lead. 12-point game. One more touchdown would do it. And that will do it. 35-23. We're headed back to the Super Bowl. And like I said, I don't want to, get too ahead of ourselves, but it looks good. It looks good. Glenn Watson, 1-year player, 1 touchdown, 0 picks, just under 300 yards. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 356 yards. Pacheco, not great. I'll be real. Lamb, 128 yards with a touchdown. Let's take a look at the defense. Odigizua. And have I been calling him Dexter Lawrence this entire time, by the way? Oh, my God. Especially since, I'm talking about a Giants player. It's literally DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, one of my favorite players that I've, talked about in franchises for so long. The amount of times I've called him Dexter Lawrence in this one now is crazy. I mean, how many times did I call him that? 5 times? Oh, my God. And, literally, if you watch the channel, the amount of times I talk about DeMarcus Lawrence, it's crazy. How I've disrespected this man by calling him a division rival player, even though he's a great player, so it's not like he's disrespected in that, regard. It's unfathomable. I've let him down. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I have to write him a letter or something. Let's take a look at how the Steelers got here. They had to beat the Bills. They won by 11. They beat the Chiefs by 7. Okay. Then they beat the Jaguars by 3. Their scores are a little lower than ours, it seems like, on average. So, the Saints game I felt pretty good about. Feeling pretty good still, obviously. Who else do we have here? Dak, finally going to X Factor, 88 overall. Maybe he actually sticks around a little longer. Dev up for the tight end, still not existent. Then we look at the defensive side of the ball where Diggs goes up to X Factor, but no one else went up. Unfortunately, the dev ups been a little scarce, but some decently big ones, I suppose. Dak, huge. Trayvon, pretty huge. But for all the marbles in the Super Bowl against the Steelers, 2 high Super Bowl total teams. I don't know who people would be rooting for, but probably more the Steelers. Let's be real. Wonder who the Steelers quarterback is. Is it still Justin Fields? I suppose we'll find out. 7-point lead. 14-point lead. We're looking pretty good. 21-point lead. It's looking pretty good. 28-0. That might be already it. That might already be it. 28-3 is the score into the fourth quarter. This is a blowout. It's a crazy blowout. 38-5-10, and we ended up inside the goal line to finish it. And this is kind of why I either don't rebuild the good teams or I wait a long time to rebuild the good teams. Because this kind of stuff happens. Now, this is a little different. This is a Cowboys or Chiefs team where those playbooks are really goated, and it's hard not to be good. So there are some teams that, wouldn't be as easy, like the Dolphins, where they're in-game, really solid, but not guaranteed to win a Super Bowl. There's a couple of other really good teams, maybe the Niners, some other teams, but yeah, teams like the Cowboys, teams like the Chiefs, it's almost guaranteed to win a Super Bowl. It's just how many are you going to win most of the time. Winning 2 out of 3 is pretty damn good. I'm pretty satisfied. I know it's going to be a little bit of a shorter rebuild, but I suppose, it's a midweek rebuild. Shorter is probably better. Don't want you guys up all night. I guess. Dak Prescott, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, just under 400 yards, and then Fields played Justin Fields. That would be, a rough couple of weeks for him, maybe a couple months, couple lifetimes, because, people are going to be talking about, when it all came down to it. He's the old Chicago Bear, Justin Fields. But looking at the numbers, Micah Parsons definitely pressured the quarterback quite a bit. Jermaine Diggs, another Diggs on the team, with a pick. And a massive blowout, not even close type of win over the Steelers to win our second of the rebuild. That will likely be it, though, as Dak, even though he has X Factor, he's only going to get worse. Definitely helps him out a lot, but at the same time, he's still absolutely only going to get worse from here. How old even is he? He might even be old enough to retire already, because he can't be that young anymore, right? I think he's one of those guys that you wouldn't really think is that old, but Mahomes is almost 30 now, basically. So, if Mahomes is almost 30, it's like, oh, actually, everyone is kind of getting old, aren't they? Things are getting a little bad out here. Let's take a look at Dak anyways. He dropped hard. He's an 85 overall. He is 34 years old. Yeah, 35 is a really common retirement point. But yeah, 85 overall, 34 years old. He's not bad. Throw power is great. Accuracies are great, but the overall is definitely taking a bit of a hit. The lower the overall, the lesser chance to win games. Isaiah Pacheco, obviously, we didn't really develop him so much, and he really wasn't even that good for us, but in general, obviously a solid player, tough to stop, super elusive, very fast. Thinking like a wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb's going to be basically 99 everything, and nobody's going to be surprised about it. 99 release, 98 short, 98 medium, 99 deep, 99 spec, 99 catch in traffic, 99 catch. Not the fastest, very jukeable, and when 99 juke move, but yeah, very, very talented as a pure wide receiver. Peters, the 88 overall, 6'1" guy. Great release, solid medium, great deep route, great catch in traffic and spec, solid catching, pretty fast. He's a good complimentary wide receiver. Probably should have had Butler in there as the number 2 because he's taller, but 80 overall for him. And we got 3 good wide receivers. That's all that matters. It doesn't really matter which way, way we're playing them. It's all that matters, right? Of course, looking at the offensive line, we'll take a look at some other guys because a lot of these guys actually are real-life Cowboys. Tyler Guyton, amazing pass block. Run block's not terrible, but obviously it's all about the pass block with him. Then we move on over to Mr. Beebe. Cooper Beebe, 86 overall. Really good finesse blocker. Great base blocking ratings. Power block is not terrible. He's actually a really good player. He's pretty damn balanced, got to say. Then we move, of course, the final player that kind of matters to me on the offensive line, at least, Tyler Smith, superstar dev. He's just a goon. If pass block finesse is like his worst rating, it's 85. That's really all you need to know. Super strong, superstar dev. Ability slots don't matter unless you're actually playing the game, so no one cares. And then the final player on the offensive side of the ball is going to be Mr. Cooper, Travis Cooper, 85 overall, very athletic. He's developed pretty nicely, actually. Catching's great across the board, and he's got pretty good route runnings. His deep route's not the best, but he's a tight end. I don't really care too much. As long as he's got good medium route, he's A-okay in my book. And then we got these 2 rookie safeties who both win a Super Bowl together. There's not really much to show, but I guess we'll still take a look at the progression, kind of get an idea of the trajectory of these 2 fellas and on top of it. As Diggs is also a 79 overall, 23-year-old. And they're just like a kind of like a dynamic duo, if you will. They really are just kind of super similar, drafted similar times, similar positions, similar age, and both starting together. Of course, Keller, I mean, he's hell on Keller when it comes to playing coverage, I'll tell you that much. Those coverage ratings are awful. Might as well put him at freaking DT at that rate. He is terrible in coverage. So bad. Peel, the X Factor. Let's see what the 92 overall X Factor linebackers got for us. Amazing block shed, amazing zone coverage, pretty good man coverage. Really good. I mean, just a really good player. And then, of course, we're going to move over to Parsons, who obviously is just going to be like 99, literally everything. Actually not. Honestly, worse than I would have thought, personally. You know, I thought that block shed was going to be a bit higher than 78. Only 78 block shed. Yes, 98 finesse. Yes, 97 power move. Coverage isn't really that great, though. You know, I was expecting more. And he's really good. I still was just expecting more. That's all I can say about it. Then we move on to, I guess, the cornerbacks. Trayvon Diggs got to X Factor, which is awesome for his longevity. 91 overall. Zone coverage is unbelievable. Man coverage is good. Press is good. Catching's amazing, but definitely like to balance that out a little bit more if possible. Don't know why he didn't, to be honest. Usually corners, have been lately. Deron Bland is going to be an 88 overall, which I think means he's regressed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm dumb. But, he's not. That's 90. Math is hard. Similar type players to Diggs. Obviously, really good catching. Okay, press. Okay, man coverage. Amazing zone coverage. So, very similar player in him. Just no dev, unfortunately. Then we move on now to Kalen Carson, the 79 overall star dev slot corner, 25 years old. Good man in zone. Not that fast, but, if you're going to find a spot for him to play, slot's probably the best role for him. We move on to the D-line now, where we see a couple of guys that just never had a chance to develop. Nealon, he wasn't really a starter. Even though he was starting right end, he was the sub backup, which means he just wasn't getting in as much. 89 power move is actually really good, though, especially for that overall. Then we move on to Dexter Lawrence, who is still here at 35, mind you, and still looks great. Obviously, finesse has dropped pretty hard, 86, but block shed of 94. Double-digit sacks every single season, seems. I'm pretty sure, outside of maybe the first one. He's a good player. Actually, maybe he did, and I think it was actually Parsons that let us down. I don't know. Mozzie Smith, 81 power move, 80 block shed, really strong. Was expecting and hoping for slightly better than that. He's usable, he's viable, but yeah, not great. And then Odigizua, who had a really big Super Bowl game, 83 overall. He's good, not great. Simple. Another good, not great player. Don't know how our run defense actually fared in this thing, but ultimately we won 2 Super Bowls, and that's fine in my book. That's all I can ask for. Aubrey, 99 kick power, 98 accuracy, in case you're curious. And then that young punter, while we're here, we'll take a look. Mr. Fenderson, Kerry Fenderson, is going to be 84 overall, 99 kick accuracy, 93 kick power. And that is going to be it for the realistic style rebuild of the Dallas Cowboys. Only a 3-year rebuild, but at the same time, don't want to stretch something out that just doesn't make sense to. We got 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. The team's regressing out of control. Year 5 would be a disaster no matter what. Year 4, maybe you can salvage it, maybe still make a run, and perhaps, even though that huge drop-off from Dak is going to cause him problems. But yeah, year 5 is going to be a disaster, because Dak's going to be like barely even in the 80s, maybe even retired, and then I would assume Dexter Lawrence and DeMarcus Lawrence, hopefully I didn't just call him Dexter again, by the way, like before that when we were looking at stats, would potentially retire as well. But regardless, if you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate your support on the channel. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Second channel, Pkr Plays, for non-Madden content. I don't know if it would have been up already. I'm not even sure when that content's releasing, but a huge update to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which I do upload mainly on that second channel, is out today, so should expect a video over there. And let me know in the comment section below which team you would like to see rebuilt next. Maybe a challenge rebuild instead of an actual team, or you want to see a fantasy rebuild of a team that already exists. And obviously, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I don't know if there's going to be a video tomorrow, but there'll be multiple on Saturday, 2 to 3. Regardless, thanks for watching. All the guys come back for next video. But until next video,